your Super Bowl 59 world champion, Philadelphia Eagles!
It really is a storybook ending for BG.
I still love hearing that. Super Bowl champion Eagles. But there are even more inspiring stories behind the scenes. And tore it again. In the third quarter.
Yep, in the third.
And we kept
playing.
He's lived a life of resilience and passion that he wants to share in his new children's book.
I really do believe in that book. I really do believe in just reading it to my kids. And my kids, I mean, that's all they want to read now because they see themselves in that book.
He's a two-time Super Bowl champion and Eagles legend, now on the pulse. Brandon Graham, he loves this city for better or worse.
Some people, I'm just like, they crazy.
Guys, welcome to another episode of The Pulse. We're bringing in people who are doing big things. They have inspiring stories. You all know by now, if you watch this show, we interview a lot of folks. There are not a lot of people that I'm stopping before the show. Can we get pictures and autographs? And our whole newsroom was kind of huddled up. That's what happens when you have an Eagles legend in the building. Brandon Graham here on The Pulse. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Just, spreading the love, as you know, always, and just enjoying retirement for sure right now.
Is it it's early. Does it even feel like retirement yet?
Not yet. Like, honestly, this new, seeing that the first game we played the Cowboys is kind of like, just my competitive nature. It's like, man, can't wait to, nope, I ain't playing this year. I can't wait to watch them, though.
Okay.
But, you know what I'm saying? But I think you're going through those pains of not playing no more because, you just love the game. But getting used to my new norm.
Okay. How you doing physically?
I tore my tricep in November. Told the guys if they make it back, I'm gonna try to make a run back.
So you knew then you were trying to get back.
Well, I always was saying it. Yeah, how long before I get back? Can I make it back? Cause I thought a tricep, I didn't think it was gonna be as long as it was, but it take 4 months. But I was trying to do it in half of that. And so 2.5 months come, we get to the Super Bowl, and I was like, I got to do it. And I went out there, played a good amount of plays.
Yeah.
This time around, he chipped me, but he cut my legs from under me, and so I had to brace for the ground. And I think that's when it happened.
And tore it again.
In
the third quarter.
Yep, in the third. But
and
we
kept playing.
Kept playing, because I couldn't feel it at that point. I didn't even know.
So now, thankfully, y'all were up. Mm-hmm. So you didn't feel the pressure. Do they know? Do you tell them, or do you just go, nah, I'm just going to keep playing?
Nah, unless it really hurts, where you just like, oh, I can't go back. Like you don't even think about it. After the Super Bowl, we got back to the NovaCare. They was just checking it out, and it was swollen. And I was like, dang. I mean, it don't feel like it, but it might have just been swollen because of how much I used it. But once they looked at it, it was partially torn, so they had to redo it again.
When you come back,
yep.
you rush back because you want to be a part of this.
Yep.
You get back. Did you know then you were done, or did the tear kind of decide? I'm done with this? Well,
I know I've been having like little injuries that just popped up here and there. So I figured this will be my last one if we win. And if we didn't win, definitely wouldn't have been my last one. But I mean, I don't know what the team would have did, but I know for me, I wouldn't have want to end it like that. The game don't owe me nothing. I don't owe the game nothing. But I know I just love the game. So I did try to come back, but I was like, you know what? It makes sense to end it on top, and I'm happy I did.
Not a lot of people get a chance to end on top. Mm-hmm. You get a chance walking off as Super Bowl champion, and a parade is your final on-the-field football memory.
Uh-huh.
But you can still play. You showed that, still playing at a high level. Mm-hmm. Sure, the Eagles would want you back if you wanted to come back.
Yep.
How hard is it to decide I'm done when you still got it in you?
Once I get used to the new normal, then I ain't even gonna think about it. It's just like when you graduate high school, you go to college, you always think about, dang, I miss my guys, I miss certain stuff. So it's just getting used to now going to miss the NFL for sure, but now I'm gonna have something else greater, and that's kind of what I've been just saying. Like I can't wait to see what that next level of greatness will look like for me.
Next on The Pulse, his new children's book is teaching things that he personally lived.
And it'll be stuff that I teach them, like, hey, you got to be brave, you got to be a leader. I mean, you got to have your attitude right.
So you don't know what the next step is.
I got an idea of where I'm starting, but
we're gonna wait for that announcement.
We're gonna see. Yeah,
we wait for that announcement. What you're doing right now is we want to talk about that. So you put out a book.
Yep.
BG's ABCs. All right, did it with Leslie Van Arsdale.
Yes.
And just kind of a motivation, inspiration, a kid's book.
Yep.
But I guess all of us can learn from it. What made you want to do that?
Well, they came to me and we talked about it a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And me and Leslie just started connecting, and I was like, man, you know what, that'd be cool, because I want my kids to be able to see something, other than just football. And then we went through every letter, or what every letter meant to me, motivational, while still being real about exactly like what I feel is what I represent. Every couple months we would just be in the house going over each letter. Sometimes we would change something because maybe you might have thought of something like, man, you know what, I like this better than that one. Okay. And then we elaborate on it, and then by the time we got to Z, it was almost time for it to get out.
So a children's book, sounds like this was still work, or at least having to think about what you want this to represent.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure I put the work in. Really, I just didn't want to put something out that wasn't quality. And so I just know for me, I'm just excited because I really do believe in that book. I really do believe in just reading it to my kids, and my kids, I mean, that's all they want to read now, because they see themselves in that book, and it'll be stuff that I teach them, like, hey, you got to be brave, you got to be a leader. I mean, you got to have your attitude right.
I mean, obviously it's a children's book, but it does in some ways kind of reflect your journey. Like, we know the star, we know strip sacks, we know Super Bowl champions. Some people, know college career.
Yep.
But this wasn't an easy journey for you. Like, this was work.
Yeah, this was work, but it was good work too. Some days feel better than others when you're doing it, but for the most part, I try to have my attitude right because I started it. I started something, so yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I always try to put stuff in perspective of, like, you started this, so at least come ready when it's time. If you need some more time, take your time, but when it's time to work, let's get it.
Was that kind of the journey? Because we don't know as much about you getting to college and getting to the pros.
Yeah.
It was a struggle all through that?
It really was not as big of a struggle, I mean, other than just making sure I take the practices and stuff serious and working hard. But other than that, when I got to the league, my first adversity was tearing my knee. That was the first time I actually went under the knife, where I had to have surgery. I always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and that's pretty much how my career was. Like, it didn't start so great, but it finished I couldn't ask for a better ending.
Before we came down here, you signed a jersey for me, but it was number 54. So that was when you came into the league, wearing it for a couple of years. When you look at that jersey, does that speak to a look back? Does that speak to the journey to get to where you are? Or is that, at this point, it's just a number?
Well, I know that's Jeremiah Trotter's number. Right. So I wanted to make sure I represented well. I didn't represent it well at the time I had it, but I know he would have appreciated it even more on how I finished it, because now his son is out there playing, and I was able to play with his son and get a ring with him. So it's just a great full circle moment for him, and then for me to be able to start with his number and then play with his son and get another one.
Playing in Philly. Love it? Is it challenging? I mean, you were even talking about labeled a bust to one of the greats. What's it like playing here?
It's great when you're on the great side, on the nice side of it.
Okay.
But it's still good, because when I went through that adversity, I felt like it helped me in a big way on just, okay, you got a little adversity. You ain't never been through this before. Now what you gonna do? And so for me, the fight back was even better, because that's just like when we lost to Kansas City. It was tough, but then the revenge was so nice. And so the get back for me was proving everybody wrong and proving myself right on me being able to say that I belong in the league. And being in Philly, it was tough at first. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better fan base to have been a part of, and being loved by them now is like, man, I just try to make sure that I continue to keep giving them that love that I know how to give.
Coming up, listen, playing in Philly is just different.
Beginning of my career, yes, people have been like, give them that money back, you bust. It's like, ooh.
It was at dinner?
Man, tell me about it. I can't be up here without the greatness of others, and as you can see, man, look at and everybody, this team, this organization, I've been so thankful to been able to play and grow up pretty much here half my life.
I feel like you have to be wired a certain way to play in Philly.
You got to produce for sure. They'll think that you can say all day that you're working, but if you ain't producing, it don't matter. But they just really do want you to have that grit. Like that's why gritty is
it fits.
That's why we got grit. It fits, and you gotta have thick skin because people gonna get it wrong all the time. But at the time, they felt that was the right thing to say for them.
Right.
But you can't take it personal, and I try not to take things personally because it's not the end all be all.
Do you guys hear? You hear it? Do you hear what people are saying?
But you hear some stuff, especially if you had a bad game. I mean, you try to turn it off, but you gonna hear it. You gonna hear it from your coach. You gonna hear it from people when you go outside and do different things. Go out to eat with your family. I mean, all that. So I just know that you gonna feel it somewhere, definitely.
When you eat with your family, so people are coming up talking to you.
In the beginning of my career, yes, people have been like, "Give them that money back, you bust." It's like, ooh.
It was at dinner.
Man, tell me about it. Cause they know I can't do nothing. They know I can't do nothing.
No, you
so
can't say. You can't respond.
Say nothing. I can't respond. So it's just, all right. I got you.
Give them the money back.
Yeah, get the Eagles their money back. You suck. It's like, okay. And
Philly, I'm trying to defend us.
I gotta laugh it out.
I'm trying.
I gotta laugh it off, because some people, I'm just like, they crazy.
When you're in Atlanta, we did Philly.
Yeah.
When do you know a team is special?
Well, the togetherness. I mean, we had so much fun that week, but when it was time to work, we worked, and that's when you know, because you gotta have an on and off switch. You can't just be robots and be serious all the time. You gotta find the joy in the best job in America, I feel, because you playing the game that you love. And I know for us, when we was bonding and doing all that stuff, all the extra stuff outside of work that you don't have to do. You could just make it about work and then go home to your people that you're comfortable with and just leave it like that. But it was big. It was bigger than that. And when it's bigger than that for a lot of people, you headed in the right direction.
Yeah, it seemed like people really did like each other and play for each other.
Yeah, you better, because you working so hard with them every day. We ain't got to be the best of friends. But when I playing, I need to know I can count on you, and I need to know that you know what you're doing, just like you need to know that I know what I'm doing. And you got to be able to say it to them too in a way when you got to give them some not negative, but some feedback of, man, I need you to step it up. But it's the way you bring it. And man, if you can take care of those two things and police stuff that comes up in the season, you'll have a shot at winning for sure.
It's interesting talking to somebody like yourself who's still in their 30s and hearing about people in their 30s as the leaders of a room.
Yep.
Like, why is it so important that you have people who can kind of guide Cooper DeJean or Quinyon Mitchell, people who are brand new to this and not from Philly, dealing with all this?
You need that on the team. You need those vets to let you know, man, it's gonna be all right. I've been through this. Give them your testimony of what you've been through, and it's sometimes gonna sound worse than what they going through right now. So it's like, man, just take care of yourself, take care of your body, and just make sure that your choices align with what your goals are. Lean on your warriors, man. Lean on the people you trust, because those are the people that's gonna give you that refreshment of, man, all right, cool, now I can get going because I let it off. Somebody heard me, and now I can move on to the next thing.
Is there ever times that y'all sat back and like, come on, man, you're 50, you're a grown man, sitting here talking about me, and I'm 22 trying to play football?
You gotta just be professional. You gotta, in your world, professionalism is big, and you got to make sure that you stand on what you believe in. They don't know me for real, and so I try. That's growth though, because at first, man, as a young
You're 23.
guy, boy, you want to go at them, you want to see them, you want to go fight them. Let me see him. I bet you he ain't gonna say that to my face, but as a young me, I didn't really deal with that disrespect too good, too well. But now it's like, man, hey, he don't know me for real. Like, and what I'm gonna do? I mean, where I'm gonna take it? I'm gonna beat him up, and then what? You know what I'm saying?
That's an all lose for you.
Yeah, that's an all lose. Period.
There's no
but
win
that's
for
growth
you.
though, because I was willing to do that. You know, at certain times.
So you said you're going to be doing some stuff in the media.
Yes.
Is that a good thing that you have people now who have that kind of on-field experience? Or does it make it harder for you to be truly objective when these are your peers?
Got to be credible, you know, for people to believe what I am saying is true in my knowledge of the game, and people will call you out on stuff that's like, man, that don't even make sense. What you talking about? I just want to make sure that I'm always just being honest and never just answering emotionally. And if I got a problem with somebody, I need to take care of that before I have a take, because I mean, there's no point of putting that out there on social media and getting it blown up. It's good for me in the media space, but it wouldn't be good for the person and me if we trying to build together, and I'm trying to build a rapport.
Next on The Pulse, leaving the game he loves so much. It's going to be hard, but he's always going to be an Eagle. Yeah. I feel like your Super Bowl ring is like a lifetime membership card at the NovaCare Center.
Oh, man.
Like, you come in there to work out. They're like, can I see your membership? Here it is. But it's a lot of money out there, man.
A lot of money.
Did you say
out
Kelsey? What was he gets 100 million? For his podcast.
Just for the podcast.
Once a week in his house, like on Zoom, doing 100 million.
That boy is killing, man. And I ain't gonna say, but well, I would just say Taylor Swift definitely helped out in a whole big way.
It's exposure.
In a great one. In a great way though. Like I'm glad he captured all that, because it's like for him, I just want him to just keep being him, because he still kills being in football. I mean, it's hard to get away, especially when you played at a high level and you just want to see your guys win. And that's all I want for the Eagles, just to be, they in good hands right now, and just stay in good hands.
It sounds like you're not opposed to being coach, involved with the team. Is that something that you see in your future? Do you want to stay involved on that level?
Well, I'm going to stay involved for sure. I just want to make sure, because I got young kids, that I'm able to be creative on my next steps so that I can stay available for them too. Because as a coach, they work a little hard. They work a little more than us as players, and I mean, we work, but they there all the time. I mean, and you got to be committed. I'm not saying that I'm not all in, but I will be part time with it.
Yeah,
you know,
sounds like the media is the better choice.
I'm gonna take a little second to breathe a little bit, and then got my kids. And then, you know, they get a little older. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? It might be now. But I'm just going to just trust God on it and just continue to just keep enjoying life every day. And like today, I got to take baby girl to gymnastics. Keep enjoying that.
Okay, getting to be you.
Getting to be me.
Nobody interrupting dinner saying you suck anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Now they're like, can you sign this?
Now it's more like, hey, y'all, I got my kids. Hey, we you know, or if I'm by myself, I'm always taking pictures. It's cool. As long as I ain't got nowhere to go.
Is the Eagles organization really special? You hear about players say it's different. The way management treats you is different. Other people, Saquon and others, want to come here and be a part of this.
All around Eagles, like just from talking with other guys, it's like we got the food, we got the people in the building. They about to renovate. I'm kind of sick about it, because they about to do all the stuff that they about to now do when I'm leaving.
Yeah. I feel like your Super Bowl ring is like a lifetime membership card at the NovaCare Center.
Oh, man.
Like, you come in there to work out. They're like, can I see your membership? Here it is.
Yep.
Right here. And there's another
there.
one right over here on the other hand. You have access to that facility anytime you want.
Yeah.
All right, so the book is out, BG's ABCs. You can pick out the book. Let's make it #1. All the young people out there need to get it. Look for you doing things in the media coming forward. We will stay tuned. The last question we ask everybody on this show, because the theme of the show is using your voice for good.
Yep.
So when you hear the phrase, use your voice for good, what does that mean to you?
Well, that means no negative self-talk, no negative talk. Because if I'm using my voice for good, we're going to leave that negative where it's supposed to be. And so I think when you use your voice for good, making sure that you are pouring into yourself on how you talk to yourself, and then make sure you're serving others, because that's why we're here, to serve and make sure that you help others get to their next level while feeling fulfilled, while helping somebody. And so I know when you use your voice for good, that's what I think about. leaving them negative words out your vocabulary, and making sure that you mean what you say and do what you say that you're gonna do.
We appreciate you. On behalf of Philadelphia, thank you. Brandon Graham on the Pulse. Thank you.
Go Birds.
Guys, thanks so much for watching The Pulse with Bill Anderson. Today with Eagles legend Brandon Graham. I admit it, there are a handful of people, teams, whatever, that I stop being the host and start being a fan. I'm a fan of the Eagles. I'm a fan of Brandon Graham, and sitting down and talking to him and kind of hearing his experiences, seeing his personality, I'm even more of a fan than I was going in. If you would like to hear the entire uninterrupted interview, you can check out the podcast. All places where podcasts are available. Just go grab the Pulse with Bill Anderson podcast. Download the Fox Local app so that you can follow all of our episodes right there on demand. And hit me up on social media at BillAFox29. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. And I leave you today, as I always do, reminding you whenever you can, use your voice for good and have a good one.
It's about us being gritty. We're going to stay gritty. We're going to stay working. I'm going to always be a part of Philly no matter what.